Yo, YouTubers. Yo, my homies out there, how you doing? Okay, folks. This is. I wasn't planning on doing this speech. I don't really want my channel to be about like the issue of drugs and things like that, right? But I'm a recreational person. If I go to a party or something, I'm up for a bit of a party and like have a bit of a laugh, whatever's going like. But I felt I had to say this speech about like what I've been seeing recently in the world, where it's actually turning people. It's like the wealthy people who can afford to get things that are quality and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, they seem to have a separate system for us like poor folks, and also I'm talking about prisons here as well, guys. People who are being banged up in jails for like petty crimes, like carrying weed on them or whatever, like, or whatever it is they've done, But what seems to be going on is this weird, like, Mickey taking system of palming everyone off with either really substandard cannabis, which is making people psychotic, or even worse still, people are resorting to this stuff, these legal highs that are called spice or herbal haze, and I don't know any other names because I don't really want to get into it. I've never tried it myself. I've heard enough rumours about it. I've seen people, being a bit strange and that, like. But what really the point I'm making is like those shops, all them shops, what we call head shops, yeah. They don't sell anything real, do they? You don't go in there and they've got like nice buds under the counter or proper quality weed and that, like, to sell you, because they could do, couldn't they, if they wanted to, secretly, like, they could have an under the counter routine and you go in and you go, look man, I'm having a hard time finding stuff and that, like, can you sort me? But they're taking money for that stuff that everyone's going mad on, because I know people who are hardline druggies and all kinds of people, yeah, and they're like saying to me, oh Bruce, whatever you do, don't try that stuff, that spice or herbal haze, it sends you mad, like, like, these are like hardline drug heads who are like complaining about it, people actually cracking up, right? But this is my argument about it, right? They don't give it over the counter for nothing, these people who are selling it. There's a shop in Birkenhead where I live called Beyond. And you go in there and they sell the stuff or whatever, these like bath salts or like imitation cocaine and imitation ecstasies and that, like. I mean, it's not even like approved or, like, people, you don't know what the fuck's in it, basically. Do you know what I mean? But they're certainly taking money for it, aren't they, if you know what I'm saying? But it seems to me like they're like mocking poor people, because most people who are on like the social security or that, they're on a low income or whatever, they obviously can't go to these like sort of like fashion houses of drugs and get like the best quality drugs available, because there just seems to be like this game going on where only poor folks seem to be getting all that, like. And I know it's bad stuff, guys, because I actually worked with someone when I was canvassing, when I was knocking on people's doors canvassing, like, and one of the lads who I worked with, he basically got kicked out of his own pad by his girlfriend flipping out on the stuff, and it frightened him. He went to hospital and everything because it was like she went bonkers. A woman, a chick, his girlfriend actually smoking herbal haze or spice, one of those like legal fucking highs. Like, pardon me French, I'm a bit miffed about it, like, right. But he was like, he come to work the next day, he had to stay out, well, he couldn't come into work the next day because he was kept out all night, he had to do a runner, basically. She frightened him that much. His girlfriend actually spooked him, because she flipped out on that stuff, like, and that's the only, that's what he says, like, he said that she smoked some of that stuff and she just went bonkers, right? Then you've got the people in jails, who, if you want my opinion, guys, if I was to be honest, I mean, who owns the jails? What does it say? You know what? The nearest jail to me is called Walton, yeah. What does it say outside on the gates? HM, prison, Liverpool. HM. What does HM stand for, folks? It's not like, House Mouse or fucking something like that. It's Her Majesty's, isn't it? Her Majesty's prison. Liverpool, yeah, Walton. And obviously I know people and meet people from time to time who come in and are Walton, like, you know what I mean? I do like meet people and mix with people who kind of on that realm. And some of them are only in there for petty crimes, if you get me. They're still banged up. And what they're finding out in these jails is, like, years ago, they could get a bit of weed in jail, and it obviously would make, you know, weed doesn't make people aggressive. Weed makes people really passive and peaceful. That's my understanding of it. You know, it keeps people kind of, you know, that's where the whole hippie thing comes from, which is a bit of a scam in itself, because it doesn't give you no resistance or wanting to fight, or you don't say you want to defend yourself. You're like Dylan the rabbit under the tree going, hey man, let's just all be peaceful, man. Someone's got a knife wanting to stab you, like, you know. You know what I mean? It doesn't help matters, does it, like? But, like, as a rule, cannabis makes people peaceful. And you'd think that the prison system, right, Her Majesty's prison system, you'd think that they'd allow, sort of like allow, you know, as far as I know, you could get weed easier than you could outside. From what I, you know, every prisoner I've spoke to, like, they say, oh man, it's easier to score weed in jail than, you know, but they have to pay for it with cigarettes and stuff like that, you know what I mean? Maybe have to bend over in the showers. Hope not, like. But it's all at Her Majesty's leisure, as we say, right? Now, obviously, if you were like a jail, say I worked in a prison, I was a prison assistant or whatever, or one of the guards or something, I'd want to see the prisoners chilled out so there's not going to be a riot or something like that. You know what I mean? I'd think to myself, let the guys get wrecked on the best quality cannabis that money can buy, basically. You know, have some kind of system where, like, someone's in charge, yeah, looking after it, like, but it keeps them calm and not, like, you know what I mean? Chills them out and they're a bit happier, like. They do the time, then they get out, like. But no, there seems to be this weird system of allowing people to get this. They can buy herbal haze in the jails and spice and stuff like that. How the fuck is that possible, guys? When it's only available, like, through all these head shops and stuff, isn't it? You know, it just seems to me like them head shops are working hand in hand with Her Majesty. Do you get me? Like, because I have heard rumour about there's a head shop round here up the road from me, and I've been told that the staff are all ex-policemen, or, you know, the people that run the shop. They're like, so when you go in there, you score, like, say, how much are your lights or your gross systems, like, for, you know, they'll go, oh, where does he live, like, you know, and they tip the coppers off where you live or whatever. You think about it, the system they've got going, like, where there's a vicious circle of people still going into jail, and then they're being palmed off with this fucking ridiculous imitation cannabis that makes them violent or aggressive, as I've been told before by a person whose missus even flipped out on him, like, you know. Now, this is where my argument is, guys. This is where my crux is, right? I know a lad, I'm not going to name any names, obviously, you know what I mean, but I know a person who's what we call, you know, we call a connoisseur grower. He's a fucking expert. His weed was always amazing, you get me? Like, he fucking know, like it's not like the thick and the stupid, they don't know what a decent toke is, isn't it? They know exactly what a decent toke is, and they know what a pile of shit is as well. It's not a decent toke, yeah. But I knew this person who was like, you know, he used to sort me out because I, you know, used to buy it on and off, like, you know, on the record, like, or off the record, you know what I mean? I don't do it like I used to these days because, you know, I think everyone's being fucking stupid for it. Like, there's like iPhones and fucking drugs. They seem to be running people's lives lately, like. You know, just don't fucking be a mug. Don't fall for it, innit? Keep yourself straight if you have to, like. That's my advice to anyone. It's the easiest way to get on with life, if you can't trust the dealers and all that stuff, like. But the Queen must be allowing it, right? But anyway, this lad who I thought was sound, and he was like decent lad and that, and he used to sort me kind of thing, but he's a connoisseur, right, guys? And I actually mentioned the shop up the road, one of the shops, the head shops. That was, what my complaint was, like, I had to buy magic mushrooms there one day, and it was a total rip-off. It was like, it worked out for like 12 magic, you know, because when magic mushrooms were still legal, you could still, you know, people actually, these head shops even seized the initiative there and took advantage there. And they didn't sell them like, you say, like 100 mushies for 10 quid or 12 quid. They were weighing them by the gram as if it was cocaine or something, do you know what I mean? So I actually paid like £15 for like 12 mushrooms, I think it was. I was like, hold on. I was thinking, is that what you fucking giving me for the fucking money? You know, So I know what they're like, the rip-off merchants. They're not helping anyone out. They're not head shops as such. They're not promoting anything. They're not like ambassadors for getting wrecked and all that. Like, they're just merchants on the make, aren't they? You know what I mean? We should know better. I hardly go in them shops these days because I know they're all fucking merchants. You know what I mean? On the make, like they sell seeds and stuff like that, but they probably tell the coppers where them seeds are going. Do you understand? You buy a packet of seeds from the same people, like, and you get busted a couple of months later, you know what I mean? It's like, it seems to be something very shady going on, yeah. But I knew this lad, and he'd be like, you know, oh yeah, I know all about this, I know all about weed, bubble hash, and all that stuff, and all, you know, connoisseur and everything, and he wouldn't sell things, he'd keep things to himself, if you know what I mean, like they do, they have the sort of top of the pyramid to themselves, yeah. But what was very, very strange, like, I mentioned that shop to him, I was like, them fucking dickheads in that shop, you know, that fucking, the way they rip people off, you know, thinking this lad's a connoisseur, he'd agree with me and all that, like. And he goes, oh no, I know so-and-so who works in that shop, he's really sound and that. So I'm thinking, right, okay, you know him, right, or the lad in the shop, and this particular person who worked in the shop, he criticised me one day when I went in there because I used to just price things, guys. Yeah, you know, it's not against the law, is it? I used to buy things in there years ago. I used to buy stones and rocks and that, you know, like sapphires and things like that. But anyway, since they changed staff and this new lad was there, he's like this, you know, I did ask him about salvia. That's how I got to know he had his head up his ass. I mentioned salvia to him and he was like, oh, you should try the 1,000 times strength, like, you know, like I've done, like, you know, like, they always have to get one over on you, you know what I mean, like. But there's no way that lad who works there is not going to be a connoisseur of weed himself, is there? Just like the lad who I know, who's like my so-called friend kind of thing. When I say to him, like, he's a knobhead in that shop, isn't he? And he goes, oh no, he's actually sound, and I know him well, he's one of my mates. So it's like, oh, you're a bit like cliquey together, like, so. But how can the connoisseur of weed, right, sell that fucking shit over the counter, which is like imitation and it's making people go insane? And that's my argument, is that to the lad who I knew, who was like me pal kind of thing, who used to sort me out, would you know, if you're watching out there, like, would you buy that herbal haze or fucking spice yourself while you've got all your high quality cannabis growing, like? Would you even think of buying that? Here's my question, like, would you even think of smoking that? No, you'd think it was a fucking joke, wouldn't you? You think, like, let's take the piss out of all these, like, lads who are, like, scraping the barrel or scraping the pipes because they're desperate and they've got to buy this fucking imitation stuff that's sending them off the fucking heads. There's definitely some kind of fucking shady shit going on, guys, in my opinion, in the drugs world. And I think that, but they're only taking advantage of us poor folks, if you know what I mean. Because I thought of buying it, I didn't like, you know, where people are saying, oh, you want to try it, Bruce, it's quite strong, you know, and all that. And I'm like, I'm not stupid, you get me? I think if they sell it in head shops, you know, like the bath salts and the imitation coke and the imitation ecstasies, but they themselves wouldn't take that themselves, would they, guys? Them shopkeepers, them merchants sitting behind them counters, they're not going to buy it themselves or smoke it themselves, are they? Do you get me? Do you understand my argument? But they'd be only too fucking keen to take your money off you for it and watch you cracking up or being banged up in a fucking ambulance after you've had an argument with your missus because you both got nothing else to smoke. You know, you got to take it seriously. And in the jails as well, you know, like people in prisons, that's my firm belief, you know, people are just petty thieves or, you know, dealers or whatever, or they should be allowed to get stoned inside to make them at least do, you know, be a bit happier and that, like. But no, that stuff's creeping in. How is that getting into jails, guys? And they're even having to pay for it as well, like, you know, like... You know, when they work in the fucking, they do some woodwork or whatever, or they do some tasks in the jail and they earn a little bit of spends, don't they? And then they're taking their spends for that stuff in jails. And then the prison guards and the officers and all that are all complaining that the prisoners lately are all getting irate and being a bit strange. I think it's a bit strange, like, but that's my argument. Like, this guy who I knew, he's like, oh no, this lad's sound, he works in that shop, I know him well and that. I said, well, I bet you he grows his own weed as well. He has like all this nice quality stuff to himself. But like, my question is to any of you connoisseurs out there, would you fucking smoke that shit? that herbal haze or that spice or whatever the silly names on the packets. I just look at the packets and the pictures on them, how fucking ridiculous they are, you know. But my advice to people out there, you know, because I'll put a message on so that people who are into drugs see this video and realise what I'm saying. Like, you want to go around rioting and taking these shops down, mate, if they don't fucking knock it on the head what they're doing. They're taking the piss out of poor people. It's usually unemployed people or people who are on a low income who are reduced to such fucking stupidity. Do you know what I mean? Pardon me French, guys, I know some of you might be watching and I'm a bit swearing a bit much, like, but it's sort of something that makes me angry thinking about it, like, because I've been in a world where I've been reduced to it, where someone's like saying, oh, you know, try some of this herbal haze then, Bruce, if you need it. I'm like, you fucking real? You know, the complaints I'm hearing about it and what people are saying, that. But meanwhile, there's other people just round the corners and that, and they've got, like, really good stuff growing and that, like, and they won't sell it to you unless you suck the fucking dicks or whatever you're supposed to do, like, or do a message for me, or go to the shop for me, or, you know, like, some of these people do take advantage of it, like, you know, when they know you want something, like, you go, like, oh, any chance you can sort me out with this or that, and they go, like, well, do us a favour then, go to the shop for us then, and go on a message for us, like, and they're like, you know, they start telling you what to do and that, like, and you're going, yeah, whatever, man, you know, yeah, do whatever you say, like, yeah, until you snap, like, and you think, is he fucking taking the piss out of me? Like, I'm not going back there again, innit? But, you know, that's my argument, guys. I want to know why these shops are fucking selling the stuff in the first place when they're supposed to be connoisseurs of weed themselves. You know what I mean? Anyway, arguments put out to the public. You are being warned. If the scallies and the teenagers start smashing your shops up, guys, because they know they've been ripped off all that time, like, don't blame me, you know what I mean? Dragging you out of your fucking grow tents and battering you. Anyway, thanks for watching, folks. I don't know how many of my subbers will be interested in this subject matter. I you know, because you know me, I'm talk about other issues, like, but I think it has to be said, guys. And yeah, everyone out there, if you know, if you got any sense in you, save your money, keep it in your pocket, yeah. But, you know, break into their head shops and rob all the fucking cash out the back, like, you know, that's what I'm thinking of doing, like, I'm on the record there, mate. All the shit they're causing, man. You know, connoisseurs, like, oh yeah, let's watch the poor folks all go mad smoking potpourri or whatever it is, like, or fucking hairspray sprayed on a leaf or something, like. Alright, thanks for watching, guys. Sorry about the language, but I thought it had to be said, getting this out as quick as it can.